Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome to my channel. It's Katharine and I am so glad to have you here, especially if you're new. Sorry if it's echoey, that's just what we're dealing with right now. So this is an encaustic piece, yay! I have about 3 hours of filming that I cut down to 9 minutes. Not included in the filming was like mixing colors, which is really time consuming. Yeah, I've never spent 2 days on an encaustic piece before, but given the size of this piece, it makes sense. And then also I've never made anything that was like realistic, but also never in this process before. So the reason that's echoey is that I'm at a different studio. I'm at Vermont Studio Center in Vermont, obviously, as is mentioned in the title of the location. That's why the video looks like I'm in a different place, and it's because I am. So yeah, so I've never really worked on anything this way, like not in oil painting, not anything. I've never worked like this to create an underpainting, like an encaustic, and like building up the layers and getting like finer with the details as I progress in the colors, which is like what you're supposed to do with painting. I just don't paint that way. Most colors are incorporated like throughout the entire thing. And yeah, that kind of reminds me of the fruit salad that I made this morning. Yeah, something new for this video as well is I just got this new RNF hot plate, which is like so much better than that 70s era pancake griddle that I've been using. This keeps the surface like fairly consistent, and it does get it to like the actual proper temperature, which is like 210. I don't know why it kind of like goes back and forth, like it doesn't exactly stay at 210, but it keeps it in the right range. Yeah, so this is a chair and it's inspired by this embroidery piece that I did. I think I've showed it in a previous video, I don't know. But it's definitely like, you can see it on Instagram. I definitely post everything on Instagram, even though I don't post everything on here. Yeah, I just got Photoshop? Yeah, no, I just got a subscription to the CC again, so now I can actually like do Photoshop and like Premiere. And anyway, back to what I was saying. So it's a photo from an abandoned Holiday Inn in Atlanta. So this is sort of like an after of it. Like the embroidery piece is obviously like already abstracted, and I'll put the picture of it here so you can kind of compare. You can also see it in the background of the video. But yeah, so it's like abstracted, and then like now it's even more abstracted with the encaustic. So I guess some like technical things to mention would be like the progression of paint applied. I found that I use heavily pigmented wax on the bottom layers and then progressively added more of the wax medium in like the layers above. And it was like I think it's Encaustico's XD wax medium. So it's just like a harder medium than like just a normal medium, I guess. I don't know. Maybe that's just a selling point, I don't know. Yeah, and then like one thing I didn't show in the video is that I gessoed the entire thing with the RNF encaustic gesso, and then also applied a full layer of XD wax medium to the bottom, like in between the gesso and then the first layer of pigment, which took like forever, and I used like 3 or 4 of those like cakes or blocks, I don't know, of that XD wax medium. And then yeah, so not sponsored by RNF at all, so don't think that I am, or Encausticos, either one. I wish that I was, but I'm not. I spent hundreds of dollars buying the pigments, the wax blocks, because I don't have the ability to make my own anytime soon, maybe one day. Yeah, so a couple other technical things to mention is that I was constantly reminding myself, like in this part specifically, I was like constantly reminding myself that the purpose of the heat is just to fuse each layer to the one below it. That's the goal. The blooms like kind of happen naturally, which is like what's interesting about Encaustic. But yeah, if you hold the heat over like a spot for too long, the colors will just like mix all together, and then you'll lose that like cool blooming. And I definitely did that in a couple of places, which is fine. I messed up, but whatever. It's a learning process. I also noticed that if you use a palette knife to like apply pigment, it makes it easier to achieve less defined lines or like areas or whatever. Like the brush sometimes lays down too much at the beginning of the line, and then it's harder to spread. Or like too much heat needs to be applied to like kind of make it spread out or like blend in or whatever. So that's something. Also, just like some updates for you guys. I mentioned that one residency that I was applying for, and I was like gonna be like super life-changing. Well, I didn't get it. That's fine. But I'm at the Vermont Studio Center, and I'm currently on the residency right now. I did receive a merit grant to be here, and I'm going to be here for 4 weeks, so I have like 2 weeks left, and then I will return home in the middle of June, and then be home for a month and a half before I have to move to Athens. Well, I get to move to Athens, Georgia, to begin a 3-year journey of pursuing a Master's of Fine Arts in Painting at the University of Georgia. UGA! Okay, I'm very excited, and I get to quit my job for like 3 years. For the next 3 years, I will just be like kind of working with the school and working on my master's, and it's gonna be so awesome. So, no, that's all I really had to say. But yeah, I guess definitely check this out on Instagram if you want to see like some more details of it. I will link it down below. I think it's already linked below. It's always linked below. It's always in all of my descriptions. And I also link my YouTube channel from my Instagram. They're very compatible. They're very connected. I also just started a new like personal Instagram because I've gotten really into rock climbing, and that's kind of how I've been like spending my like free time that I would have been spending making like art videos and stuff. Like I actually exercise now and like run and hike and rock climb. So I also have been including that hobby or sport in my personal Instagram because it's like something I'm really, really passionate about. It's really fun. I used to do it when I was like 19, but now I'm doing it at 27, almost 28. And I started a new hobby, started a new sport, and it's like really working for me. So it just goes to show like what you can accomplish when you try. Yeah, I don't really have much else to say, and I know that was like kind of off topic, but really like chairs. Chairs are kind of like my thing right now. Here's a chair. I have a lot of chairs on Instagram that you might see if you go over there. So there might be some more chair videos, maybe some inversion videos. I've had that requested. I also have part 2 of my studio tour from 2017 coming up. I also have my studio tour from 2018 coming up. I have a sketchbook tour coming up. All these videos I have like filmed, but just like haven't edited because I haven't had the software or the time. You know, that's what I'm saying. So priorities, it's not really a priority to edit, but now I have the opportunity to, so I will. So yeah, that's all I have for you guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing if you are new. I tend to post videos on Saturdays. That doesn't always happen. All right, love y'all. See ya. Bye.